Now Katie Najot at 4 meters 70. She's cleared 4.56 without any trouble. Ooh, gives that one a tickle. It goes clear. I say she cleared 4.56 without any trouble. She cleared it at the second attempt, actually. Passed at 4.63, which all the other main protagonists did vault at, but goes clear their first time at 4.70. And Najot, second in the US Championships, has shown great recent form. She really has. She won in Bellinzona in Switzerland last week, 4.77. Here's the Olympic champion. Of course, Stefanidi, renowned for her incredible consistency. Yeah, reigning world and Olympic champion. She goes clear too at her second vault. She came in at 4.63, later than anybody else. Cleared that first time, and now 4.70 first time as well. Holly Bradshaw has cleared her two opening heights, 4.56, 4.60 and 4.63. Stefanidi, she's wearing it again in the rain, I don't blame her. But here is Sidorova. Oh, yes. Goes clear there, Sidorova. Second attempt at 4.70. Looks angry with herself. Boy, is she clear of that. There's inches between herself and the bar there. Plenty of daylight. So on she marches. Now, Sandy Morris. And Morris has recorded her first failure at this height. She's had a perfect card up to here. No, and that was untidy too, wasn't it? Trying to stay tight to the pole. And legs were wide apart on the way up. It's untidy from Sandy Morris there, and she's in a little spot of bother here. One attempt left. Well, one of the greats, the London 2012 champion, Jen Schur, now in a spot of trouble at 4.70. Two failures on the board for Jen Schur. It's only her second height. Oh, yes. Wriggles over that one. Cleared 4.56 first time, passed at 4.63, and that took real presence of mind to stay focused on that third attempt. She stays in the mix. She was down in 11th. She elevates herself now to 7th place with that third time clearance.
Sandy Morris then for the USA. Fond memories of this stadium. Cleared 5 meters here. Third attempt at 4.70. No. Oh dear. Well, Sandy Morris, what a contrast compared to her last visit here. She was expected to really challenge the likes of Stefanidi and Sidorova, but not this evening for Sandy Morris. And she bows out with a third failure at 4.70. Didn't see it coming. Clean card all the way to 4.63. But Sandy Morris will take no further part, and you can see with the bar at 4.77. Stefanidi going for a 4th Diamond League title, heading a world-class field. Olympic, world, European champion. Big-time performer, always seems to get it right on the big stage. And yes, squeals with delight as she sails over 4.77, and the pressure's just starting to ramp up. We've already lost, remember, the likes of Sandy Morris and Yaroslav Silva. Jen Schur has been struggling as well. Holly Bradshaw from Great Britain as well. Katie Najot. So she's whittling them down here, Stefanidi. Maybe it's the coat. Maybe it's the coat that was keeping her nice and warm on what is a chilly evening here in Brussels. But when the coat comes off, so do the gloves. And she is one competitor. And this, you know, one of the events where the big names meet each other regularly. 4.77. They don't shy away from competing against each other. This is a feel worthy of a world final.
Well, she's the only athlete to have gone over first time, Stefanidi. Now, Alicia Newman, she's been in brilliant shape recently. A couple of Canadian records in the last 2 weeks. Here she goes, and here she goes clear. Yes, Alicia Newman, second attempt at 4.77. Wonderful. The vertical jumps are so dependent upon confidence. They're psychologically demanding, and when you're on top of your game and you're enjoying your jumping, then the heights just come. It looks almost effortless, but that is brilliant from Alicia Newman. Commonwealth Games champion, and becoming familiar now with the heights around 470. That's 477. She jumped 482 in Paris a couple of weeks back. And Newman in second place that first time.
Stefanidi in this women's pole vault. Here we have the former Olympic champion again in the last chance saloon at 477. No, not to be for Jen Suhr, who's at the world lead this year still. 491 from March, way back in March. She jumped that in Austin, Texas, but Jen Suhr bows out and can get ready for Doha, the World Championships in 3 weeks' time. Maybe one last chance perhaps for a competition, but most of these athletes will be now resting up before Doha. Katie Nageotte lying in third place, also her final attempt at 477. She's had a fabulous season as well, the American. Oh, it was almost there, wasn't it? She got the height and then just took the bar down on the descent. That's frustrating, really frustrating. You can see she's deeply upset there, very emotional. There's so much at stake here, not just, of course, the prize money, but the Diamond Trophy is certainly worth something, and that's a frustrating way to go out for Katie Nageotte.
Well, this height really is sorting them out. Sandy Morris, a frustrated but interested viewer of proceedings. Her compatriot Nageotte goes out. Now Sidorova, third attempt for her at 477. And the Russian European champion back in 2014, one of the most experienced in this field, is not used to losing. Won in Zurich last week in a non-diamond league of significant sigh of relief there from Anzelika Sidorova. Twice a world indoor silver medalist, including in Birmingham last year. But Stefanidi has the advantage. She's maintaining a clean card. 477 first time from Stefanidi. So Sidorova moves into third place with this clearance. Newman went clear second time of asking.
Now, Caterina Stefanidi leading the way in this women's pole vault competition, going for a fourth Diamond League title. She's on course, so far so good, for the hugely popular Greek. Here she is at 483. Yes! Oh, my word. Brilliant. Season's best for Caterina Stefanidi. Well, we said at the top of the competition, she knows how to produce and deliver when it matters most. And boy, oh boy, does it matter here in Brussels. There's a Diamond Trophy at stake here. And she is strengthening her grip on this fourth title. A clean card all the way to 483. And all her main competitors are falling by the wayside. And she's ramping up the pressure here. Brilliant from Stefanidi. Well, 483 in the hunt, but under pressure here. Needs to find this height to continue the pressure on Stefanidi. We've seen Stefanidi go over at 483 at the first attempt to equal her season's best. Alicia Newman having the season of her life. No. Well.
I think you jinxed her then, Chris.
Well, 483. But that's a good sign, if you like. That's a good, that shows that it matters. But she's not happy. Not happy at all.
Anzelika Sidorova in third place. Now, if she were to clear this, she would ease past Newman into second, but stay behind Stefanidi, of course, who cleared 483 first time. Oh, yes. Now, that is fabulous. That shows real competitive mettle from the Russian. She cleared 477 third time. She's cleared now 483 third time. Look at that focus. How calm. She knew exactly what she was doing there. Almost machine-like. That is brilliant. Well, it's been a busy... Well, Stefanidi then in this women's pole vault. Now, second attempt at 488. She's already equalled her season's best with 483. No, has an attempt left. Has the competition sewn up, of course, so the pressure has to be self-induced here. And it's been quite a long evening too, and it's a cool evening, and it's been an extraordinarily long season already, really, with all the athletes having in the back of their mind that they've got Doha at the end of September and running through into October. It's so late, of course, this season that it runs into the autumn marathon season. I think a week after the World Championships is the Chicago Marathon. The Berlin Marathon itself is during the World Championships.
Sidorova, 488, third attempt to try and keep the pressure on that Stefanidi and remain in the competition. No, almost gave it a good clatter, and it thought about staying at, but Sidorova bows out, and Stefanidi can now celebrate. An extraordinary performance again from Stefanidi, and once again, how many times do we say it, that she produces on the big stage when it matters. A fourth diamond trophy, and there the celebration. The coat's back on, and Stefanidi wraps up this victory with a season best equaling 483 at the first attempt.